Very interesting guest. Today we have a flat earther on the stream. Guys, does my hair look good like this, or does it look like slightly cooked? What do you guys think? I can't tell yet, man. I can't tell if it looks kind of fly or if it looks kind of retarded. I don't know. Okay. So we'll have him joining in just a second here shortly. I hope that you guys are all doing well, having a great day. And yeah, I'm just gonna send this guy over the link in just a sec. But yeah, no, this is fire. This is gonna be very interesting. We got a literal freaking flat earther pulling up. So we're gonna see what he has to say. Very interesting opinions about a lot of different shit. And yeah. All right. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. All right, guys, bear with me. How you guys doing, though? How you guys all doing today? I see you guys popping on in the stream. That's good to see. You love to see it. Bum, 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 bum. Okay, we'll just send the guy over the link here. And, all right. Okay. We are also going to post an Instagram story, too, which will be fire. All right, going live with a flat earther. That is fire. I fuck with the thumbnail, too. I kind of cooked, didn't I? All right. Instagram story should get a lot of people in here. Guys are popping on IG. I don't know if I fuck with my hair like this. I don't know. That looks a bit better. Got me overthinking and shit, guys. Come on now. All right, guys. Holy smokes. Okay. Instagram story is being posted. All right. IG story's up. Okay. We can send this guy the freaking invite. All right, guys. Sorry about such a long. I guess it wasn't that long. 3 minutes, not that bad. 3 minutes, most certainly not terrible, if I do say so myself. You know. Okay, we got some people popping on in. You love to see it. Okay. All right. To Tyson Ockley. All right. This guy's texting me now saying live as soon as you. All right. All right. Holy shit. Okay, guys. How's it going? What do you guys is the US bombing Iran right now? Bro, I'm not even fully sure. I heard some shit about that. But today we're talking about the shape of the earth because that's very important shit. Okay. Fellow Canadian, yo, love to see it, bro. So, link to join. All right. Yo, W fellow Canadian in the chat. Total capital generator, bro. Appreciate you tuning in here from Canada. How the fuck? I gotta get like a wider curtain, bro. That looks brutal. But yeah, W fellow Canadian, you love to see it. Okay, guys, guest is joining shortly. All right. Also, I guess YouTube can't see the Twitter chat. People always join and they're like, yo, like you're talking to people that don't even exist. So This guy's watching on Twitter. Okay, we're live on all the platforms. Motherfuckers DMing me, where do you live? Not the guy joining, another guy. Why do you need to know where I live? The fuck? Okay. Okay. Let's go. Guys, smash a like on the stream. Guys should be joining shortly here. W flat earther. Let's fucking go. Matter of fact, guys, I still have to do dream analysis on myself. I had a dream that I need to break down with Carl Jung ChatGPT. That's not gonna work. Type shit. Yo, everybody's watching on Twitter, eh? Hey, my Canadian friend. Yo, how's it going, bro? Guys, everybody's watching on Twitter. Nobody's even watching the freaking YouTube. Everybody in the chat, at least, is from Twitter, so you'll have to see it. W Twitter. But yeah, no, I hope you're doing good. Guys, guest should be. Oh, wait, he's here right now. Okay, right here. Yo, come on, bro. I think you're muted right now, or my sound thing's off. Just let me troubleshoot it.
What about now?
1 sec. Yo, hello?
Hello.
There you are. Perfect. All right, brother. How's it going?
I'm doing well, man. Keeping busy, staying out of trouble. How about you?
Doing well, brother. I'm doing very well. Same as you. Staying out of trouble. So yeah, maybe give the people like a brief intro before you like really get started as to like who you are and like what you do.
Absolutely, man. Absolutely. So yeah, my name is Badescu, Romanian blood, living in Canada. Got into entrepreneurship at a very young age. But first, before that, actually, I got a science degree and an education degree. Was always open to like different theories and whatnot as I grew up. And it wasn't until I was forced to teach outer space to children in the education degree that I realized there's for sure a lot of lies here. So
really? So when you're teaching it, you realize it was all bullshit.
Yeah. I didn't actually become an official teacher. So I finished my degree and then I got a bunch of job offers, but I denied them all. And I started an e-commerce business with 2 friends. So I got into entrepreneurship since then. But when you're getting your teaching degree, they force you to be a student teacher, right? And it was at this time I was given the curriculum to teach grade 8 kids about outer space. And I was like, and when you're young and you're learning all of it, you just believe it, right? You're not that aware to even question it. And as an adult with a more open mind, I realized, okay, I'm lying to these kids. I know this is a lie. This is a lie. I'm straight up fooling all of their senses. And then it led me down the rabbit hole of where the heck actually are we? There's the whole pop culture thing about flat earth and whatnot. I do have it's not a 2-option paradigm in my opinion. Like there's multiple models and I've actually come to believe another model. But in my opinion, whether it's A versus B or C, it doesn't matter. What matters is that they are lying. That's what matters, that there's a lie.
Yeah. And what made you realize that they're lying? Like, was there something in specific that kind of pointed to you that they're lying or what?
Man, a handful of things. So first, no real photos of the earth. If you go on Google and type in real photo of the earth into Google, you'll see a bunch of perfect circles with a painting inside. There's no real images. And we're talking about images. There should be videos of the earth spinning in space if all that stuff was true. But that was a big one. I'm like, wait. There's no real photos of the earth even. Another thing was just actually watching the sun and the stars and how it all works. And then comparing that with what they tell us is happening. So to be super clear, like I'm very well versed on the official story, but I don't believe in it, but I'm very well versed on it. And they try to tell us we're on the top of a spinning rock going around the sun. And then they say that sun is orbiting another star cluster. So there's all these movements that are supposed to be happening. Yet if you look with your own 2 eyes, you're not going to see that. And then they have all these reasons of why you can't see it, etc. And another big thing is like the sun and the moon. We only have 2 large circles in our sky. The sun during the day, the moon at night. To our eyes, they're actually the exact same size. But then very quickly and at a young age, they tell you, oh, the sun and the moon appear the same size, but it's a big cosmic coincidence. They say the sun is 400 times larger and the sun is 400 times larger and 400 times further, creating an optical illusion, which would be the case, right? But all these little things that added up, and I'm just like, this is not true. Like, the truth about our reality is definitely not being taught to us in public education.
Yeah. So why do you think that they lie? Like, is it to like make us like feel small and kind of like contradict the Bible and stuff like that? Like, that's a lot of flat earthers or people that disagree will say that. Like, why do you think that they actually lie about it?
Yeah, that's a great question. And it's one of the biggest reasons why people stay believing the lie. They think, oh, how can such a big lie exist? And why would they lie? And then they stay believing in their fairy tale.
Yeah.
Uh, the simplest answer is control. You have a lot of like the people in power, which we can get into. They have a lot of control by the masses not understanding where they even are or thinking they know where they are, right?
Mhm.
And they do hide. Every conspiracy theory at the end, in my opinion, leads down the rabbit hole to Jesus Christ, where like they try to hide him and they try to hide his story, etc. But the biggest thing is control. With that, they can have, if people believe they're on the top of a spinning rock
Yeah.
and life is an accident over billions and billions of years.
Yeah.
One, yeah, they remove anything to do with like the Bible, for example, right? With
Mhm.
the whole mainstream science and like what Neil deGrasse Tyson teaches, like, oh, we're just all from apes and all that stuff.
I hate that guy. That guy sucks.
Me too, he sucks. And so they remove that. And then the control factor. So now if they have everyone believing in outer space, they have everyone believing in asteroids coming and hitting the Earth at any moment. They could easily, with government technology, do a lot of things. They can, one, drop weapons, call it an asteroid, and then they have people moving in a certain fashion, believing a certain thing, right? They can knock out the electricity grid and say it was from the sun, it was a solar flare. They can, very commonly now, people know about Project Bluebeam. They can fake alien invasions and everyone will lose their mind, because if you go on Netflix, man, you go to the sci-fi section, it's all space and aliens all day long,
Mhm.
right? And they're just trying to get people brainwashed into that. And one day they will use it against the population. But the simplest answer is control. You have a ton of control on someone if they don't actually know where they are.
Yeah. Dude, that's scary stuff to think that like they've been lying like this whole time. So what shape do you think that the earth actually is? Like you said you're not a flat earther, but you disagree with space. Like what's like the third kind of option there?
It's a great question. And majority of people can't even come to what I'm about to show here. They can't even come to that realization. Or they won't even be able to think this is a possibility. And the reason being, for someone to actually think this is a possibility, they need to already think that there's something fishy. They need to
Yeah.
think and be like, hey, I think I'm being lied to. It's like this. If someone just comes up to you and says, hey, your girlfriend is cheating on you with XYZ person, and you don't even have any suspect of a clue of that, you're like, no, man, you're lying. Get out of here. You're trying to ruin our relationship. But
Yeah.
if you already had a suspect that she's lying on, like she's lying to you, and you had that feeling, and then someone says, hey, I think it's this person, then you'll be more open-minded and be able to conceptualize it. So
Mhm.
I do like to say, like flat out, that this model, or this is still a theory to me, because I generally don't know where I am. I accept that reality, that I'm this place that we've been born into.
Yeah.
I actually don't know where we are. Like, I still
Yeah.
say this. Now, what I'm going to show you is what has matched all of my physical observations as much as possible. Because after all my studies, I actually went from thinking the Earth was a spinning ball floating in space to
Mhm.
questioning it a little bit and being like, whoa, where the heck are we? Then
Yeah.
to coming across all the flat Earth content and believing that for a little bit, but
Right.
still wasn't fully convinced. And then I came across this model and I'm like, okay, this model actually makes the most sense.
Mhm.
It's, I'm sure you know about like the repeating patterns we see in life, like the golden ratio, Fibonacci sequence. This mirrors that, like, and you'll see what I mean in a second. So
Yeah.
if you take an egg or an avocado or a cell, a human cell, they all have the
Yeah.
same pattern. There's a cell, there's a core, there's a
Right.
nucleus, and then, and it's all like, it's all spheres, right? It's like spheres within spheres. That's kind of what an avocado is, like a seed inside of a bigger sphere, right? And then
Mhm.
the egg, the yolk, is a sphere inside of a bigger sphere. And that's
Yeah.
what this model is. So I've come to believe this model at the end of the day. Let me just share my screen here. Oh, this is just like Google Meets, perfect. Okay. So this one is called cell Earth or concave Earth.
Okay. Wait, I don't think we could see it. Like I can't
Oh, no,
see
I
it.
haven't shared it yet. I haven't shared it
Okay,
yet.
okay. Yeah, I
This
see.
is called cell Earth or concave Earth. And the first video I'm going to show you is what it looks like from the perspective of a human. Now,
Okay.
actually, this explains what people call the firmament, right? I've
Mhm.
seen you actually talk about that on one of your, like replying on Twitter to somebody.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And so a lot of people that come to question the shape of the earth, then they believe in flat earth and stuff like that. Then they start to think that there's a dome over them, a glass dome. And that's like one of the next things. But
Yeah.
this model, it explains a glass ceiling, but it's not a dome. And this is where it really takes an open mind to kind of conceptualize. Okay. So here it is. Can you see this now?
Yeah. Let's just see. Okay.
Okay.
Add to scene. Okay.
So this is an animation created by somebody else that has been studying this for years, and he made a 3D animation of this whole model, right? Because at the end of the day, all we can do is show 3D animations because
Yeah.
that's what NASA is doing. They're showing us CGI animations or composite images, right? So here, this is what it looks like from the perspective of a human, okay? And just ignore this part for a bit. It'll be too complex. But this is the model. So above our heads is what they call actually a celestial sphere. Okay. Now the celestial sphere, it's above your head and it's a convex like ball, but to your eyesight and the way light is bending, it looks like a dome. So it's going to come over your head like this, the way this video is showing. And to you, from the user's perspective, the stars and everything looks like, okay, maybe that's like looks like this, right? That's how it looks like at nighttime if you look out in the sky.
Yeah.
But actually a dome over, it's not it's another ball above your head. It's called the celestial sphere. And in this model, the celestial sphere is the center, is the core of this realm. And it's powering, it's the source of energy as well, just like a nucleus is the power, like, powers the cell and everything like that. So the celestial sphere, it's funny enough, in mainstream astronomy, in first year university class, they actually teach, and I saw this in my friend's notes, they teach that the celestial sphere is a method of studying the stars. Mainstream astronomers will literally pretend that there's a celestial sphere to study where the stars will be, but then they teach them right after, oh, it's just make believe. We just use it to study where the location of the stars will be.
Yeah.
And so the celestial sphere, in my opinion, is truth. Like very close. I do believe the celestial sphere exists. Like above our heads is a sphere, and that's actually what powers the realm. And that's why we see the way we see the stars and stuff like that, right?
Yeah, and that's the firmament above us.
That would be the firmament, right? And
Yeah.
it's like glass. It's a glass ceiling. Now, is it a dome? Was it a celestial sphere? Whatever. That is up for debate. I believe it's a sphere above our heads, because this will match a lot of things. Like if you study flat earth deeply and you go into all the different things, you'll come to all these different conclusions or realizations that flat earth definitely has some inconsistencies. Like certain things don't work on it that we observe in everyday life. But this model is the closest I've seen. Now here you'll see, by the way, this model is heavily censored. Like you cannot find all this information easily on Google or DuckDuckGo. I had to use Yandex, the Russian.
Are they going to ban us on YouTube then if you're showing it?
No. But I had to use Yandex, the Russian search engine, to find most of my content and other people talking about this, because there's a lot of other individuals talking about this. And so, the celestial sphere is apparently, above our heads, and that's the thing that's actually spinning and rotating. And it explains almost everything perfectly. So that's the conclusion I've come to believe, at least.
Damn. Dude, that's actually mind-blowing. A lot of people are not even going to be able to fathom that. Like people in our chat, there's people in the Twitch chat, they're just blown away. Somebody said, of course, a low IQ manlet like you wouldn't know. The star. What the fuck are y'all talking about? Like, bro, people are losing their minds already.
Because this is the deepest, people love red pill and matrix. This is the deepest thing ingrained in your psyche. It's the deepest one. And for someone, by the way, this guy's mentioning low IQ. That's funny. It humors me. Because for someone to even question the shape of the reality that you were taught since birth requires an extremely high IQ. Like you can't be an idiot and then start questioning what you were taught since birth is a lie. So I've actually entertained multiple models. I've gone back and pretended I didn't know anything and then tried to prove to myself what they said was real, and I couldn't. And then I tried to find another model, right? And actually prove this. So I actually just recommend people to just study this model and try to understand it as much as possible. Because the reason I want to share this is because I think we'll have kind of almost scientific advancements the more people understand this. Because what's happened is you have these generations of people, generation after generation, just being regurgitating the same information, learning what was taught to them in school, and from their teachers that make $60K a year and they don't know anything, just teaching them something from a book. But the truth has been kind of hidden. So you'll see here, this is another thing that really showed me that they're lying. If you look at the stars, and that guy mentioned that comment is what made me show this. You'll see here, look how the stars move, okay? This is how the stars actually move. This is just time-lapse photography of the stars. There's one star that doesn't move. It's called Polaris, or the North Star, right? And all the other ones move, but they move in a perfect circle. For that line to show up perfectly like this, for these lines to show like that, means that the stars are moving in a little perfect circle.
Yeah.
And this is just amateur astrophotography that anybody could do at home, right? And so like they try to tell us that there's all these movements and there's all these rotations occurring, and the Earth is rotating and orbiting.
You'd think we go flying right off if we're really spinning that fast, you know?
And they have explanations for that, of course. But the biggest thing is, look here, like, look at how it moves in a perfect circle. It's almost like a timepiece. And that's what I mean. The celestial sphere explains this, because the celestial sphere is the thing that's rotating.
Yeah.
That's the thing that's actually moving.
Yeah.
Also this theory allows for multiverse theory. And it also allows for like a theory of worlds within worlds. And so what I mean by that is, when you have a society that masters the environment, they master science, the true science, not the fake science they teach us, but they master the environment, you'll actually be able to create like a new world within that world. And that's going to happen. One of my predictions is that's going to happen through biological induced virtual reality. So if you've seen Black Mirror, you'll understand. It's like when they take someone's consciousness and they trick it and from a electrical level, and then they bring that person's consciousness into a new world where they can't distinguish it from reality or not, right? And that's what simulation theory as well. People believe that that's what this is now, and that this connects with all that, this model. Whereas outer space and the idea of the spinning rock floating in space doesn't connect to simulation theory at all. This one does heavily, but
it's crazy to call you low IQ for questioning this. It's like, bro, just to be able to like think like this means that you are like high IQ. Like, bro, I've been questioning this since I was like 12 years old. Like 12 years old, I went down the Alex Jones rabbit hole. I was like looking at 5G towers differently. Like I was like watching all that. Like I went right down this rabbit hole when I was like 12, you know? And there's people that are like grown ass adults that have never questioned anything. It's like, are you serious? You know?
This is really the deepest thing in psych. And it's funny because as soon as I start trying to talk about any of this stuff with somebody that has their guard up, they'll automatically go to like, oh, you're a flat earther, right? Like automatically. And that's just because it shows how deep the programming has gone. Like,
bro, it's like the same with the vaccine. They'll just go straight to calling you an anti-vaxxer. You know, it's just like a label that they use to try to discredit you.
Right. Exactly.
Yeah.
So, yeah. And then this ties to, obviously, like, people have studied like Antarctica. Are you familiar with that? Like, you know, Antarctica Treaty and whatnot. So, yeah, that's the realm could be larger than we think, absolutely, and there could be definitely more land there. But after World War II, they blocked it off to the whole world and said, "Hey, nobody can go travel here freely, etc." So,
literally,
one of my goals is eventually go there. And try to travel freely and explore essentially.
Somebody here says, can you ask Aaron my question, please? Does he believe I'm closer to the sun than I am to Canada if I'm in Florida?
I think that might actually be somebody I know. So actually, I think he's trolling. He's trolling me. What's the username on there?
It's La Reno 1.
Yeah, that's my homie.
You know, oh my gosh.
He's trolling me. Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
But no, the answer, that's because I went on a TikTok live with this guy, Parker. I don't know if you know him, like Dean and Parker, these guys.
Oh, that like liberal guy, right?
Yes. Yeah. So I don't even know who he was. My friend sends me a message. Yo, join this live. They're talking about NASA. So I joined the live. I request to join. They bring me on. I had to pretend I was an American citizen or else they wouldn't talk to me. And I had to pretend I like Trump. I'm just indifferent to the whole politics stuff. It's whatever. The powers that be, they change hands. And I started talking about this. They were talking about Trump. I hijacked it and started talking about this. And then he kept saying, oh, do you think I'm closer to the sun than like, et cetera, et cetera. So that's where that came from. But
that's funny. Who do you think like controls the world then? Like you said, you're indifferent to politics. You think it's all like one side of the same coin kind of thing. Like who do you think is actually really in control?
Yeah. I believe it's being passed down through certain families. Like in my opinion, 13 families at the very top. You've probably heard GG33 or Gary talk about this type of stuff, right?
Yeah.
Top. I think he's very correct on that stuff.
Yeah.
13 families, and then it trickles down through secret societies. Now, the politics stuff, left versus right, you know, is all like WWE wrestling. where
No, for real.
in front of the masses, they pretend they're against each other. And
Mhm.
this ties into like the whole fake moon landings thing, of course. So they fake the moon landings because they don't want people knowing where they are, and they want people believing in space travel. So space travel and the moon landings, and then tying it back to politics. One, space travel in the future, they keep trying to sell us that idea, like it's going to come, we'll be able to go to Mars. And Elon Musk always talks about this. But what they're waiting for is for the technology to be perfected with the consciousness transfer. And so they'll sell you the idea of going to another planet, but it's actually you're going to be on Earth the whole time, and you're literally going to go to another world thinking you went to another planet. So
Mm.
that's what space travel in the future will be.
Yeah.
It's when they perfect that technology of consciousness transfer, essentially.
Yeah. You mentioned GG33 too. Are you like into numerology and all that stuff?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. That's
Studied.
fine.
I actually spoke to him before on a call because he was looking for some PR services, and I used to sell PR.
Mhm.
And that's when I got introduced to him and his own philosophy, and I studied it more and more. And like I'm a 7 life path and all this stuff, and it definitely
Okay.
lined up greatly. But
Yeah. Is that how you found me too? Was through Gary, or like how'd you stumble across my content?
um, man, you're actually just like I'm not even sure. You were just all over my feed, honestly. I think probably through Zerka's maybe stuff because I was following him
Yeah.
and whatnot. But
Yeah.
no, just from the accounts I follow, like, and like you were interviewing these guys that I was following and stuff, right? And I was like, holy, you're from Canada, like me, and young
Yeah.
guy doing some big things here. And then I saw your viral video where you got where you said like some Canadian officials started saying, "Don't talk about the Jews."
Yeah, I kind of phrased that wrong. It wasn't necessarily like officials. I don't want to like leak
Yeah,
anything. Like
of
it's
course.
really kind of crazy, but it's more so just like very like prominent people in like the Canadian politics space. I'm not necessarily saying like
Yeah.
politicians. Like
Okay.
I kind
Okay.
of it was a little bit misleading, but I didn't like intentionally mislead people. But like there's
Yeah.
people DMing me like, "Oh, was that Pierre Polyev saying that?" Like, no, it wasn't anybody like that high up. But
Whatever. Keep people guessing, anyways. It's all good.
yeah, exactly.
But yeah, they
Um,
I was gonna say the whole moon landing thing, a lot of people say like, "Oh, the reason that they faked the moon landings maybe was to beat Russia to it," or something like that. Uh,
yeah,
or like it was a big race with Russia and whatnot. But the truth is, man, like all these guys are in bed at the back of the like they're in bed together. Like Russia,
right,
USA, all these countries that you think are against each other are actually they're friends behind closed doors through secret clubs and secret societies, etc.
mhm,
And they
yeah,
put on a play for everybody else so they can advance a certain order where the
right.
population will actually accept it. Because if they change things too fast or drastically, there will be uprising and people go nuts. So they have to do it very slowly. And then they do that through pretending A versus B and they're fighting when they're actually friends, just like wrestling, right? Like those
Yeah.
guys go for drinks after and they're all buddies. But on the
No,
show,
literally. Yeah. Yeah, it's like if they could do WWE on that scale, what makes people think that they can't do it on like a global kind of scale? And like you see Trump, like he's literally like Trump's just like clip farming, you know? Like being a politician is literally just about like it's kind of the same as being a streamer in a sense, you know? Like it's all just like one big show. And the fact that people can't even like fathom that is like absolutely insane to me. But I'm curious too. Why do you think like the number 33 is everywhere? Like for COVID, it's like 33 new cases here, 33 new cases here. Like I saw a reel. It's like okay, every single place got 33 new cases all at the same time. Like why do you think like the number 33 is everywhere? Like obviously in numerology, like that's like the number of like influence, and that's kind of like the most like powerful number, I guess. But why do
right,
you think that number's like repeated everywhere?
right. Great question. So obviously, like the pattern is like 33 vertebrae in the spine, right?
Right.
Jesus died at 33 and then was resurrected. Um, but and then people say, oh, he's 33 degrees in the Scottish Rite Freemasonry, but and if anything, they took that from the other two things I just mentioned. But in my opinion, and I actually just had a conversation with someone else about this because he studies this like crazy and the numerology stuff, and he keeps seeing that number everywhere, and he's like almost going insane.
Yeah.
And in my opinion, when you see it in the news and the media tied to big events, it's that recent thing with the ice event here where that lady got killed and stuff. It was on like 33rd Street, and like they have all these 30.
Really?
If anything, it's probably like a stamp, in my opinion, like a stamp from the club where they're showing their work to each other, and then also to like flaunt it to the masses. Like, hey, we're in control here. You're gonna see this number everywhere, and you're gonna be confused. But
Mhm.
it's like it's like your handler like laughing at you in a bit. So they show 33 everywhere.
But why the number 33? Like, is there actually like power to that number? Because Gary will tell you that's like the number of like influence and stuff. Like
Right.
for me, I'm a 33 in numerology.
Oh,
So
really?
it's kind of like, yeah, like I'm a 33 life path or a 33-6, I guess. So
Yeah.
do you think there's like anything specific about the number 33?
Um, I haven't come to that conclusion. That's exactly what my friend asked me, and I didn't have like
Yeah.
a solid answer for him.
Yeah.
Some things that just came to my mind would be like they are they could be mocking Jesus in a way, right? They like to do
Yeah.
that a lot of time. Or because it's like, yeah, the master builder number as well, and they're
I
showing
think
that.
that's 22 is the master builder.
Okay, never mind.
I'm
Uh,
like autistic with the numerology shit, bro. I've got really into it.
yeah, no, it's facts. It definitely is. It's funny because Gary put it on for sure. Like
Yeah.
before that, there wasn't too much about it. There's the
Yeah.
whole gematria thing, like adding up letters to make a number, but him
Mhm.
giving like the life paths and the meanings, I think is a he's made a lot of people aware for sure.
Yeah, no, he made it mainstream for sure. And I don't know, I feel like numerology is kind of like an IQ test too. Like if you could like grasp numerology, I feel like that means you're kind of higher IQ, you know, because a lot of people would be like, oh, just numbers or whatever. It's like, bro, you could really notice patterns with this stuff. Like a lot of the most successful people that I met when I was in Miami are all like 11s, 22s, 33s, or 8s, like all master numbers, you know, which is kind of like a crazy pattern to see.
Yeah,
But
absolutely.
yeah, I don't know. The stuff's everywhere. I'm not sure if you have kind of like anything else that you want to cover here. We've blown through a lot of like the whole like space debate and like flat earth stuff. I don't want us to get like banned either. Like there's
No, we won't get
topics I have in mind, but I'm like if we really go into that, we might get like cooked. So
no, yeah, you think so? Like
like
speak
if we go into like the Jewish thing, like I don't know if that's
yeah,
necessarily great.
I'm honestly happy to talk about it because I never bashed an entire religion, right? Like
Right.
the thing people need to realize about Judaism is that they have a ton of wisdom and they just keep and like I actually don't like I know so many of them myself. I know a lot of good people and like that are Jewish, and I would
Yeah.
never say like the entire religion is bad, etc. Or it's the Jews. I never say that, right?
Right.
More so, maybe people in power that end up either converting or are Jewish just happen to be in power as well, and then so the whole religion gets painted as this. But the religion as a whole of Judaism, they have a ton of wisdom, especially through Kabbalah. That's something I can talk
Mm.
about. So Kabbalah, many people misunderstand, is just means to receive means to receive like and the idea behind Kabbalah is that and this is what they study in Judaism a lot and at least not everybody but the people that are into Jewish mysticism. Kabbalah means to receive, but receive what? The answer is light and light
Mm.
from the creator. So they're obsessed with how do we receive more light from the creator, which is, can be knowledge, etc. And so their theory is that the creator is um, wants to give endlessly. He wants to provide endlessly to everybody. So the idea is to receive more, you have to change your vessel. You have to expand your vessel to be able to receive more light.
Right.
Um, and they do that by changing certain things about their consciousness and how they think and how they speak and what they talk about. Because
Mm.
if you get angry, you're not like the creator. So the way to get more light is to be like the light, to be like the creator. And so that's kind of like what they learn in Jewish mysticism. And so if the average person, if they went and studied this stuff, it would actually help their life a ton. If they went ahead and studied all this stuff about Kabbalah and whatnot. Now, is there a negative side to it? Well, if you go deep into Kabbalah, you start realizing and studying that like there's dualism, right? Good and evil. Without one, you can't have the other. And so like they almost don't even believe in like the negative side. Like they think almost the negative side is to actually help you,
Mhm.
which we can get a lot deeper on. But I think Zionism maybe more so is can be seen as like the issue with the world, for example, right? Where they're trying to establish and grow the state of Israel. But that's like, yeah, a whole other topic that I'm honestly not super well versed in.
Right.
But yeah, I listen to all those guys like Myron and whatnot talk about that.
Yeah, yeah, no, they get very passionate about it for sure.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, no, they're good. It's just kind of sketchy with YouTube because like you never know, and like Canada is also like very heavy on the censorship,
oh,
especially
man.
like with that topic. So,
Man, Canada
but
is going down the drain. I swear, it's like our
dude,
people out here are so passive.
yeah,
I didn't. So, did you get vaccinated or no with COVID?
no, I didn't. I
Me neither.
didn't.
Me neither. I went crazy with it. Got the whole card and everything though.
Yeah.
Figured out a way to get a card.
Mhm.
Didn't wear a mask anywhere. I have tons of content where I'm walking into places not wearing a mask and like people are harassing the hell out of me. But then
Seriously?
Oh, so much content on my phone with that. Yeah, like
You
walking.
posted of it? I feel like I might have seen one of
I
those.
haven't posted it, but I plan to. I want to make a compilation and post it all. Be like, look how I got
Yeah.
harassed. And it's funny because I would tell people I have a medical exemption, and then they'd ask to see it, and I'm like, you have no right to see that. It's just private.
Right.
Right? And this would be happening in like Walmart, Tim Hortons, whatever. And then
Yeah.
one time I was flying with my buddy Jordan to Toronto in the middle of COVID when you could travel as long as you had the pass, and we had them.
Mhm.
And we went through the airport, said, we have medical exemptions, no mask. And they never asked. So in an official place like a court or an airport, they knew not to ask for your medical exemption. And we were the only people on the plane with no mask during
Yeah.
COVID. It was so funny. We took a
That's
video.
base, bro.
Yeah, two of us, no mask. We just said, we have medical exemption. One lady actually said, oh, do you have it? We're like, yeah, it's in our bag. And then she didn't ask
Yeah.
to see it, right? And so,
Mhm.
yeah,
Yeah.
that was crazy time. That was crazy time.
Dude, I'd take my mask down below my chin and my parents would get pissed. They'd be like, pull your mask up. And then people would like walk by me in the store, like, nice mask. I'd be like, fuck you. Like, this shit doesn't do anything. If you think a piece of cloth is doing shit, you're retarded, you know? Like, I don't know, man. I think that whole thing was like the biggest IQ test ever. Most people failed, bro.
100%. Me and my friends got kicked out of an NHL game. Like we were watching a game. We got kicked out there in the middle of the
For not
game.
having a mask?
Yeah, I got banned from Good Life until like 2026 because I just kept working out without my mask. And then actually, what happened was they're like, you have to leave. You're not wearing a mask. You have to leave. I'm like, I'm going to finish my workout. And I just finished my workout. And then
Yeah.
when I left, they sent me an email saying, yeah,
Yeah.
you're back for 5 years or whatever. So
Holy shit. Yeah, bro, that's actually insane. Like the fact that they could even do that to the population and like nobody even like bats an eye. Like, I don't know if you know about the Freedom Convoy in Canada. That was kind of like the best thing ever. Like the truckers against the mandates.
Yeah.
But even then, the government like shut down their bank accounts, trampled them with horses, like put in the Emergencies Act, which is like insane. Like that they could even do that. You know, like that's actually brutal.
Yeah, well, I actually walked over when I was at an apartment close by to where they were gathering and stuff in my city.
In Ottawa.
No, because they show up in every city, right? So they showed up in the legislative building and stuff, and I just showed up there. And, yeah, it was pretty. It was a big event and stuff, of course. But yeah, the fact that they froze their bank accounts and whatnot really shows you that people have to get their money and stuff into like decentralized things, like,
Right?
So, for example, and whatnot, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's crazy. That was crazy.
Yeah. Like even in my small ass city, there's like 12,000 people, and that's not even counting like all the people in Ottawa and all around the country. Like there's people in like every single like freaking place in Canada, you know, like it was insane. But then they just like clamped down Emergencies Act. Justin Trudeau called them a small fringe minority, which is like they're definitely not a small minority. Maybe the minority, but not a small minority. There's millions. We're talking millions of Canadians. So Justin Trudeau is just like a divisive leader. Like he's terrible.
I know. I can't believe he got away scot-free for that. Now he's chilling with Katy Perry and stuff.
Yeah, bro. It's actually cooked.
Yeah.
But bro, I'm not gonna lie, I'm probably gonna wrap it up here unless you have any like last minute topics. But
no, I guess my only thing would be everybody that's listening, question everything. You know, and study everything 3 times before you come to a conclusion or belief. And the earth is definitely 100% not a spinning ball.
Yeah. All right, Aaron, where can people find you if they want to come and follow you now?
Yeah, I'd say the best thing is probably Instagram, just at Aaron Badescu. Also Twitter, just started that more recently. So
yeah,
same thing, just searching my name on there. Yeah, those are 2 probably best places.
All right, I appreciate it, Aaron. Thank you for coming on.
Pleasure meeting you, man. Take care.
Take care. All right, guys, that was a great podcast there with Aaron. Definitely learned a lot for sure. So, guys, make sure that you subscribe, like, share, all that good stuff. Bro, I'm getting hot with this fucking because I was just on like my morning walk because I literally just woke up not too long ago. So I fucking gotta zip this all the way down, bro. This is hot, bro. Like I can't like take it off and be shirtless mid interview. Plus, I got sweatpants on too. Like I'm low key sweating right now. Plus, I feel like I'm still sick too. You guys could probably hear it in my voice. Freaking nose is all plugged. It's actually brutal. But anyways, guys, be sure to like the stream as well. The guy's great conversation. Yeah, I think so too. Appreciate you for watching, Ricky. 10 baby mamas. I believe in flat earth. Yusuf, where are my flat earthers? Can you ask Aaron if he supports Trump? No, he said he doesn't care about politics. I'm a Taurus, but yeah, I don't know about this. W Tyson. All right, guys, I appreciate you all for watching. This has been a W stream, and yeah.